What is up, everybody? It's your boy Ren, and we're back finishing playing Botany Manor. This is a fun little florist botany based puzzle game, and this has actually been really fun. We've already done the first 3 chapters. We've done, like, I think 5 plants, and we have chapter 4 and 5 left to go, and these have like a whole bunch of like frickin' plants to go through. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on with what we're doing and try to finish this out today. We need to go back to the gatehouse though, as we have a new key and we need to figure out where this key goes to, and we will start this right now and we'll get this finished. So if you guys didn't check out the field inspection for Botany Manor the first time around, go ahead and take a look at that, because this is actually really good. It's a really interesting take on the puzzle game series, and I really like it. The only thing I don't like is a little bit of the social commentary in the background, but you can easily ignore that. So here we go, we'll get right into it. Letter from the sister. Dear sister, I'm so glad to hear you have returned safely from your travels. While you were away, I changed the code for the library door lock each time I visited, as I know some of grandmother's valuable items are kept in the secret vault. The new code for the door is the 3 initials of my name to make it easier for you to remember. I hope you can meet soon. I look forward to hearing about all your adventures. Your loving sister, Elizabeth. Alright. Which is why we have the family tree stuff, and we will go ahead and put those in. The library is on the 2nd floor of the main building. So we'll pop right on in here and go do that. EAG. Excuse me? Oh, you know what? She's married, isn't she? EAH. Those danged maiden names. H. There it is. Lockpicker achievement has been completed, and we step in to our next thing. Thank you card. Dear Lady Green, thank you kindly for the flower book you sent for my daughters. To this day, they still show an interest in learning more about plants and painting. I am keen that my daughters have access to a good education, so I hope you don't mind me putting it upon you that you might be able to teach them somehow. Your dedication and knowledge seems so rare and inaccessible elsewhere for young girls like mine. I hope you would consider my proposal. Sincerest regards, Olive Campbell. And then we have a book here, Modern Methods of Teaching. So she was actually going to go do that. We'll pop in here. And I'm waiting for the chapter 4. Chapter 4, Botanical Allies. Oh my god, there's so much here. What do we got here? Okay, incorrect. So, we got a passcode there for the secret vault. The Fox and the Crow. One evening, a fox was in search of something to eat for dinner. He saw the crow sitting on a on a tree branch, holding a big piece of tasty cheese in her beak. So the fox came up with a plan. He walked up to the crow and complimented her shiny black feathers. The crow was suspicious of the fox and kept her beak tightly closed on the cheese. The fox kept on charming the crow, describing her as the most majestic of all birds with a big, strong beak. Oh, what a song that beak must make! It must be the song of a queen. Please, beautiful crow, let me hear it. Flattered by the praise, the crow forgot all about her suspicion and also her dinner. She opened her beak wide to utter her loudest caw, and down fell the cheese straight into the fox's open mouth. Yep, don't get tricked by foxes. That's a very easy solution to that problem. What else do we got here? That's a thing on the other side of the wall. Books, and more books. Books, books, and more books. Lots and lots of books. New book. Wonders of the Night Sky. Okay, so that's one of the symbols that we have over here. Wonders of the Night Sky. Okay. We'll go up to the second floor. So, okay, so we got new plants. The Nightfall, I vaguely recall my grandmother studying the Nightfall when I was young. Sapphire Gloom, judging by the name, I don't believe it to be an edible mushroom. Cradle Fern, the past years these ferns have drastically declined on the bank, so I feel compelled to research any changes in their environment. And then the Brook Chalice, my friend wrote to me about a Brook Chalice, which made me want to research them. Okay, Night Song, the Crow Fable. Start on the left side here. Okay, so we got a book here. The Hare and the Tortoise. At midday, a hare and a tortoise took a walk together. The hare moved quickly and noticed the tortoise struggling to keep up. The hare laughed and challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepted. A course was decided and the race began. The hare immediately leapt out of sight, but then laid down to take a nap so the tortoise would never catch up. The tortoise plodded slowly on, making his way towards the finish line. When the hare awoke from his nap, he opened his eyes just in time to see the tortoise crawling slowly across the finish line. The proud hare had been so sure that would win and underestimated the tortoise. As the tortoise crossed the finish line, he exclaimed, "Slow and steady wins the race." Okay. Next up, we have the Rising Sun. That's another one of those that we have. Okay. That's another symbol. The Golden Fish. Complete Aesop's Fables. Cool. One bright morning, a poor fisherman caught a shining golden fish. The fish cried, "Please let me live. I am not a fish, but a prince enchanted by a wicked spell." So the fisherman let the fish go free. When the fisherman's wife learned about this, she demanded the fish grant a wish in return for its freedom, a cottage instead of a hovel where they lived. So the fisherman returned to the shore, and the fish granted their wish. But the wife was greedy and demanded riches, a palace, and servants. All the while, the ocean became darker, and the shore was black with dirt. Finally, the wife wished to be so powerful that she could grant wishes for herself. In return for this greedy request, the fish revoked all the wishes it had granted. After that, the ocean became blue again, the shore clean, and the fisherman never saw the golden fish ever again. New Year's ball to be given at Somerset Hall. Cousin, wash your hands and accompany me. You won't find a husband at the bottom of the garden. That's kind of a... That's not nice. So, there are those. So the question is, which ones do I press? Let's try you and you. Okay. So there has to be some kind of an order to those books. I don't think we have enough information to open up anything as of yet. So let's see if there is another place around here that we can go. The study is locked. Okay. So I will have to find and figure out which of these need to go first. I don't think I have enough information, though. There's gotta be something here, right? Complete Aesop's Fables. 1. One. let's check the other two books that are upstairs. This is the kind of interesting stuff that I'm talking about. So it's still 1. That's not good. There goes my idea. Is there anything on the walls? Anything to give me some kind of a hint? At midday. Huh. So there's got to be some kind of an order to these. I don't kind of just want to force it, but I feel like there's some kind of something I'm missing. So let's try. So we got that one. Try you. Tortoise in the hair. You. Okay, so there's got to be some kind of order here. Yeah, I don't feel like I have enough information. There's 2 candles there. Oh, 1 evening. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. It's all about the order. So that's evening. Sunrise, fish, night, hare, crow. Okay, so the crow is evening. Then we have night. One bright morning. Okay, so morning. Midday. The rising sun. Okay. So we have the rising sun, morning is the fish, midday is the tortoise and the hare, then we have the crow as the evening, and then night. Okay. That's actually a really clever puzzle. That early in the morning, midday, evening. Beautiful. Grandma's vault. Sunset, first of May, red, orange, pink. Sunset, blue, yellow, pink, orange. And sunset, 8th of July. Those are not clues, they're just things. Okay, cool. London record, Lindley appointed chair of botany at University College London after an esteemed early career as Associate Secretary of the Horticultural Society and a mission as one of the youngest ever fellows to the Linnean Society. John Lindy plans to elevate the science of botany. He spoke thus in the inaugural lecture. It has been very much the fashion of late years in this country to undervalue the importance of the science and to consider it an amusement for ladies rather than an occupation for the serious thought of man. Lindy also challenged the Linnean classification system and proposes many changes. That is also not a clue. Okay. Oop, I got seeds. The nightfall. Okay. And I haven't found any clues for the nightfall yet. I now have the key to the study. Nightfall progress. I have been trying to encourage the nightfall to bloom for a little while now. I'm determined to prove that it's more than just a myth so far. I've deduced that the flower opens at sunset and only during a particular time of year. When exactly that occurs still remains a mystery to me. I shall plant a few more seedlings tomorrow and continue my research. Task for the month: monitor nightfall seedlings, rose painting list, collect field samples, and seed collection. Okay, so these will come in handy later. So let's remember those for now, and let's head over here to the study. And the study is now open. We have the seeds for the sapphire gloom. Okay. Tree diseases, red tree pox. If a tree is infected with red tree pox, many small red spots will be visible on the bark. It can usually be cured by adding fertilizer to the soil of the tree. Hypoxylin causes black patches to form on the bark of the tree. It is usually a sign that the tree is lacking in hydration and won't stay alive for much longer. Root parasite. The root parasite is a fungus that forms purple rings on the bark and roots. The parasite leaches the nutrients out of the tree receives from the soil, eventually causes the tree to dry out and lose all of its leaves. There is currently no known cure. Bark rust is a disease that isn't very harmful to the trees, usually caused by excess hydration and too much sunlight. Blue heron egg. River swan egg. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we got bird eggs. Nice. What do we have here? Mushroom food source. Just like plants, fungi need food sources to grow strong and healthy. However, some fungi haven't always had access to nutrients through soil and have evolved to retrieve it in different ways. This means they've become carnivorous. They only acquire the nutrients they need by consuming other living organisms such as flies, bugs, and plants. Some mushrooms even get their nutrient from feeding on another type of fungus or parasite. Mushrooms growing on a tree is usually a sign that they are consuming the tree, so you should remove them immediately. Not always the case. Arabella has some more books from the department that may be of interest to your research. One I recall was a favorite of your father's. If you have any trouble when you visit the college, tell the secretary you are collecting materials for your uncle. So long as they are returned before summer's end, the other professors won't notice. Best of luck with your research, Uncle Theodore. Meadow Orchids of Britain, Professor J. Montague. My dear friend, I've been pondering these last weeks what could be the best way to see your remarkable flora reach the wider world. Since it's so seldom we are able to see our work published, considering your uncle's reputation in the scientific field, have you considered asking him to publish your herbarium under his name? It may not give you the recognition you deserve personally, but it would be a way to reach your goal of adding to the scientific record of botany. Do consider it. I would hate for such important research to stay hidden away. With warmest regards, Anne. Okay. So we have all of those. Now here's a question. It said something about the stuff on the tree. Okay, so those are purple splotches. So those must be the parasite? Is that what it's saying? Root parasite. There is currently no known cure. Oh, so this fungus might actually like living on there. So let's see if we can't do something about that. Tree diseases and the mushroom. Excellent. So now let's see if we can graph this mushroom on this tree and see if that don't help it out some. Get a new pot, soil, sapphire gloom, water it. Now, can we? Yes. Nice. The sapphire gloom. And that has corrected the tree. Marvelous. The sapphire gloom is a widely misunderstood mushroom. It grows commonly on trees as an opposed to popular belief. The mushroom consumes its parasites rather than the tree itself. Nice. Well, that's so helpful of it. Alrighty. Let's go left first. Cradle fern. We got another plant making. Go left here. What do we got? Dear Lady Arabelle, I wanted to thank you once again for your invaluable contribution during a recent meadow orchid research expedition. Your keen observation and deep knowledge of orchids was so helpful. Your dedication to the fields and inspiration to all. I look forward to collaborations and the continued exploration of the botanical wonders that surround us. I will put in a good word with you, but the Botanical Society, most sincerely, Professor Montague. So he's not a complete ass. The attic key. River swimming lesson this year. We want to make sure you can all enjoy swimming this summer, so we have cleared the most popular rivers in Somerset of all aquatic weeds. The River Cam, the River Chew, and the River Summer have all been cleared of weeds thanks to the service of Clark's Aquatic Weed Removal. Thank you for your continued support. Thanks to the monthly donations, the rivers of Somerset are clean and weed-free. Official government health and safety warning has been brought to our attention that the factory of Barton Ironworks has been illegally dumping scrap metal in the rivers across Somerset. These rivers are now polluted with rust, making them unsafe for swimming. Do not swim in the following rivers: River Cam, River Summer, River Chew. The River Frome was also affected by the waste, though oddly the river is completely clear of rust pollution. We are still researching what led to this effect. The Mayor of Somerset. So it must have been a plant that did so. Dear Sarabelle, I am writing to share with you an exciting discovery I've made in the botanical studies. It turns out that some plants are particularly sensitive to sound and seem to thrive when exposed to music or melodies from their natural environment. I hope to share more of my findings with you in the nearest future and would be delighted if you could join me in my research. Yours sincerely, Marianne. The Rivers of Somerset, River Axe, Liver Tone, Liver Frome. So that's the one that wasn't affected. 27 miles, average temperature 25 degrees Celsius. That's probably going to be important. Let's go over here to this other one before we explore the attic. Just finish up this floor as best as possible. Aquatic weed removal. Do you have a pond? Do you want to swim in it? Is it covered in slimy weeds? We are specializing in removal of falling weeds, algae, Himalayan balsam, brook chalice, duckweed. Make an appointment today. So, Summer Society petition to present to the Honorable House of Commons. In recent years, hunts have been taking place near the Somerset rivers. Tragically, this has led to the decline and even extinction of some bird species. No longer can we hear their beautiful chime-like calls upon the government to regulate hunting near the rivers of Somerset. We ask that you respect the breeding times of wildlife. If you agree, please sign below and return to this letter to us. No expense attends signing. Your signature, Arabelle Green. We have collected the seeds for the cradle ferns. Nice. What do we got here? A folktale. Once upon a time, there's a little fairy who loved gazing at her own reflection in the water. She lost track of time, and the day turned into night. Nyx, goddess of the night, noticed the little fairy. The moon was shining brightest, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Nyx took offense and decided to punish the little fairy. Nyx placed the fairy into a nightfall and cast a spell on her. She fell in love with the moon and gazed upon the sky all night. As dawn approached and the sun arose, the spell broke. Though just as the fairy awoke from her enchantment, the flower bud closed and trapped the fairy for eternity. Ooh. My dearest Nova, never forgotten. Dearest friend, it seems our interest in visiting the private plant collection of Lord Spencer has gone unacknowledged. While disappointing, I am not sure if it's worth pursuing scientific study in such places. On my recent visits to Brinsby, the young man showing us around had barely a basic knowledge of plants, and due to there being a large group of gentlemen in the party, All useful time and iteration was devoted to them and not given to Constance and I. Let us plan another trip of your own, and perhaps we can see the specimens in their home habitats where they belong. Your faithful friend, Eliza. Essence of arnica flower for sprains, joints, and pains. Tincture of red clover. Chamomile red clover seems to solve hot flushes. The bathroom's got a boiler in it. Okay. Pipe. Inspect the pipe pieces. Okay, so we gotta fix the pipes. Wilson's plumber to irregularities are quoted for the geyser and your bathroom. The cost may seem high, but trust us, this is a complex job. Best left to the professionals. Have a nice day, Frederick. For a total of 14 silver? I don't know what that means. Clean and tidy. I flushed the toilet. Okay, so we need to fix lay pipes. So there needs to be a T. T goes there. This one can go there. This one will go here. This one will go there. This one goes here, and there should be one more. There we are. And this one should go there. Alright. Who needs a plumber? Yeah, these achievement names are hilarious. A hat path to turn the tap and provide a rapid flow of hot water. Simply turn the tap and instantly hot water appear. Can be used multiple times in a row without any extra cost. Okay, so that's where we're gonna do one of the plants. Okay. Let's check the other side of this hallway now. See if there's anything interesting down yonder. The trapped fairy. What we got here? Dearest Arabelle, I was taking a walk along a river in Somerset recently and noticed a sight that I just had to write to you about. In the water, I saw the brook chalice blooming. I've never seen or heard of it flowering before. None of my books mentioned it. It was so beautiful. Do you have any idea what would cause this? Your friend, Edith. Oh, I guess we have the attic now. So what was the upstairs over here then? Now I'm curious. Aha, the bell tower. Bird calls. Okay, so we're looking for the particular type of bird that sings there, and we'll have to associate that with the right type of plant. So let's head over to the attic then real quick. The cradle fern. Okay. So it must be the cradle fern that needs the music. Okay, gardening curiosities. The flower growing companion, illustrated monthly journal, gardening curiosities, trapped moth. Sometimes the moth can be trapped inside a flower bud. If it closes in the morning, the moth is then forced to use the bud as a resting place until it opens again later. Some flowers only bloom short periods during the year, so if the moth is unlucky, the flower bud won't open again until many months later. And then we got a list of all the moths there. Moth spotting calendar. Okay. So one of these will have like a year element to it. Piggy, rusty pig. Okay, that's for demonstrating that it does stuff. Okay. The sight of plants. Some scientists have theorized that plants have photoreceptors in their leaves and stems, which allows them to see the color of light. This means the flowers can tell the time of day and know when to open and close their buds. The exact time the flowers bloom is different for each flower, but most do appear to respond to light and the color of the light in some way. Horticulturists and botanists have made use of this knowledge to trick difficult plants into blooming at any time they like. Okay. And evidently we have filters here. Oh, and so these are for those times of the year that we found down yonder. My dear niece, I fear the window may be closing for you to find a suitable husband. I have arranged a dinner for you to meet my neighbor's son Edward. He is successful in business in London. Your cousin William and Thomas may well aspire to become accomplished scientists, but for you, Arabelle, it is may make yourself useful in the small duties of life, which you will be loved and appreciated. Your studious nature would no doubt be valuable should you have a son, but it would be foolish to allow such a folly to come before the important things in life. I am confident this is what your parents would have wanted. Dinner will be from 5 o'clock on Sunday. Remember, we're becoming dress. Yours very sincerely, Aunt Agnes. Okay. Again, more of the social commentary that I don't think I necessarily need or want. Duck. Mallard. Cool. And we got the Brook Chalice. This month, in conversation with Professor Montague, leading expert in the British meadow orchids, in his words, every plant, every leaf, and every meadow holds secrets waiting to be unlocked. My aim is to simply uncover some of those mysteries. Professor John Montague, renowned botanist, sheds light on his groundbreaking work in the world of meadow orchids and other botanical wonders. With decades of research and numerous publications to his name, Professor Montague's contributions to the field have been nothing short of revolutionary. Discoveries in new species such as the Dactyria Montague or hood marsh orchid. So he still stole her work. Well, isn't that just dandy of him? Okay, so we do have some basic information. So I think we can now identify the cradle fern as being the one that needs the bird eggs. The letter about melodies. The bird calls. And I think this is the rust stuff. No, I don't think this is the rust stuff. The fern painting and something else. So Grandma was studying these. Grandma's research. The fairy painting. No, I think... Is this the bath geyser? No. So reset the clue. The fairy story. Trapped moths. The moth poster. The moth calendar. The sight of plants. And the sunset paintings. There we go. So, let's take a look back at Grandma's research. That's the petition. The trapped fairy story. Where was Grandma's research? Trying to find everything again. Grandma's research. Would have been here in the library, I guess? In the study, possibly. That's the mushrooms. The crested owl egg. So that's the crested owl. Shoot, I wish I could remember where everything was. Let's take a look here. Oh, we found all the clues. So now I just have to figure out... Just have to figure out what goes with what. This is Grandma's research. It's just a myth. When during a particular time of year, when they reach mystery to me, more seedlings tomorrow, and continue my research. Okay. So she didn't know what time of the year. Sunset, 20th of April, October, July, May, end of May, start of May. Where was that letter? Okay, so moth poster. So we got this one all right. Side of plants, trapped moth, fairy story, fairy painting. Okay, so what does the story say? Does the story tell us kind of a month? Once upon a time, there's a little fairy who gazed at her own reflection. She lost track of time, turned into night. Goddess of the night. The moon was shining bright, but the fairy only had eyes for herself. Trapped the fairy for eternity. The trapped fairy. So, just by the looks of her wings, maybe? Garden tiger moth. Garden tiger, September. Okay, so let's get the plant made real quick. The nightfall. Go ahead and water it. Let's take it up to the attic. No, first let's go to the library and figure out September. And we'll want these colors in order. July, October, April, July, June, September. Blue, yellow, orange, red. 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 Wrong way. Blue, yellow, no, right way. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Blue, yellow, orange, red. Blue, yellow, orange, wonderful. The nightfall. Seeing the nightfall bloom is a rare event. The flower only blooms to September sunsets. Night pollinators activate in September, such as the garden tiger, often get trapped once the bud closes for the rest of the year. So, which means that one of these things, the petition. The petition was for the birds. Okay. So we know it's the owl. So let's go ahead and get the fern crafted, planted. And it's the owl. New pot, soil. Plant cradle fern, water it. We'll get up here. Here. And we are looking for the crested owl. ECDEGF. Echo Charlie Delta Echo. Echo Charlie Delta Echo. Gamma Fox. Yes. Perfect. The cradle fern is used by the crested owl as a nest and ensuring the plant has grown dependent on the owl's chime-like call to grow. Excellent. So which means everything else here belongs to this one here. Letter about weeds. Okay. So the only one... Let's go ahead and get it made. New pot, you. Brook chalice. Water it. You go in. Let's go ahead. So the only one that wasn't affected by the rust was the river from 25 degrees Celsius. And then we'll get the piggy with the rust from the attic. It said 25 degrees, right? And then let's go ahead and get the rust pig from upstairs. And we will put it in there as well. And that should activate the plant. Come here, Mr. Workwink. Take it back down here to the bathroom. And in you go. And we grew the brook chalice. Beautiful. We should get a chiming at the gate. Brook chalice has been completed. The brook chalice prefers to grow in rivers with a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. The plant naturally filters the water from rust and metal. Unfortunately, they get removed often as most people prefer the ponds to be weed free. Yep, I'm coming. I'm already on my way down. No need to be in such a rush. See, this game is really interesting. The puzzles are very fun, and they're really thought-provoking, actually. You actually really have to consider what's being said and the clues you're getting and really put them to use. And I think that's very entertaining. Now, supposedly this should be the last chapter, so we're going to go ahead and push through, make this a little bit longer of an episode. Maybe cut down some of the walking time and stuff, but I don't think that's actually all that necessary. Lady Arabella approached hurriedly for accidentally taking the key to the formal garden home with me. It was in my pocket, and I had simply forgotten it was there. I didn't want to disturb your research, so I've left the key in the basket here for you, Jimmy. Cool. Formal garden. Alright, we have made it to the formal garden. And we will pop in here. Climbing up. 3 new plants have been added. The spring dance shrub. This flowering bush used to grow in the gardens, but have completely disappeared when I was off on my travels. Fool's Emerald. A friend gifted me these seeds, so I don't know too much about them yet. Ocelot. A friend of mine found some seeds and was kind enough to let me use them for my herbarium. Sweet. Well, let us see what exactly we can find. What's up, Mr. Letter? No, newspaper. Illustrated penny paper. It was a message. Local man reports mysterious signal. A gentleman farmer has reported sighting some mysterious blinking lights coming from the caves near his home in the Cheddar. In his own words, I was walking my dog and lost track of time a little. It soon became dark and I decided to make the walk back home. On my way to my house in a tiny cave, as I walked by, I noticed a blinking light pattern cast from the cave entrance. I was sure it was one of those Morse code messages. When I approached the cave, the light source vanished, and nobody was there. I'm convinced that what I saw was Morse code, abbreviation for attention. I will never forget that the one abbreviation, as it was the first message I learned in Morse code. Local authorities have assured our journalists that there have been no recent military activity or exercise in the area, so the mystery remains unsolved. So, ATN. Short abbreviation for attention. And we got the spring dance seed. Very nice. Okay. What is down there? Nothing. Nothing is down there. So let's go up. Up appears to have been the correct choice here, as I have more seeds now. This one's the Fool's Emerald. Okay. What do we got here? The marvel of bioluminescence. In the dark corners of the world, there are plants and organisms that are able to produce their own light. These plants, fungi, and insects are most often found in the areas of low light, such as dark forests, deep oceans, and gloomy caves. Research discoveries show that the chemicals such as luciferin are responsible for this glowing effect. It is not known what this glow effect is used for, but it could be for communication with others of the same species or to attract pollinators or food. Scientists believe there are many bioluminescent species waiting to be discovered. Chemical compounds in wild flowers, jasmine, idol, poppy, opium, foxglove, digitoxin, fool's emerald, luciferin, daffodil, galamentine, St. John's wort, lacosal. Okay. So there's little chemical symbols beside them too, so that might be handy to know about. Greeting cards to Sears. Greetings, dearest Arabelle. I was delighted after our recent mentoring session. You do excellent work as a fellow scholar of the natural world. I recall the spring dance shrub that once grew in your garden before you departed on your travels. How wonderful it would be to see it growing again. I've been compiling plant specimens that require pollination to mature into their adult stage. I wonder if the spring dance shrub is one of these plants. Ever your affectionate friend, Lavinia. Okay, so we might be looking for a pollinator plant. So, let's go on this other side here just to see. Nope, blocked off. Okay. So, moving on, there is our plant crafting station. And it looks like there's an area, a couple of areas back here. So let's check this side first. Mr. Bennett, the telegraph you ordered arrived while you were at the farmer's market. They delivered it by boat. I left it at the boathouse since I didn't know where you'd like to keep it. There appears to be Morse code manual inside that came as well, Jimmy. Okay. Not what I wanted. Thank you, though. Take a break. Sat down in a chair. KA attention message begins. Military codes, long distance method communication over I'm not really. That's too many syllables. Yeah, too many syllables. Okay, KA. Guano, saltweed. Okay, different things like that. What do we have in here? New materials for garden pots: terracotta, granite, sandstone, marble, and obsidian. Tips for growing hydrangeas are beautiful flowers that contain anthrocyanin, which is a pigment that can change color depending on the pH levels and environment. The colors can vary between red, purple, and blue. Okay. So there's that. What do we got up here? A little birdie. Oh, okay, so we can use the bird feeder for something. That must be pollinators. That's the entrance back to the main area. What do we have here? pH research. Okay. And Athena's Springdale shrub. pH white. Okay. Keep that in mind as we're going around looking for stuff. Dear Miss Green, I've recently heard of your involvement in the mentoring of aspiring botanists. Botany is a field that demands a thorough understanding of its complexities, and while I admire your dedication, the saying, the blind leading the blind, does come to mind. All jest aside, I do hope your endeavors in mentoring will yield some semblance of progress. Professor Thornton. Dear Mr. Bennett, thank you so much for the lovely bunch of rhubarb from your nephew's garden. He needn't have sent anything in return for the herbal poultice I gave him in this little one, but I am grateful all the same. I know he hasn't the money to fetch the doctor since you said he cannot read a note. Please send him my thanks when you see him. Faithfully yours, Hazel. Okay. What do we have in here? Bird feeder, bird seed. For garden birds, highest quality, hygienically blended. Attractive hosted garden birds and bluebirds, finches, robins. Prepared for the highest quality. Simply spread the seeds on an appropriate bird table or feeding surface to the flightful. Okay. So we will need to feed the birds. kind of want to inspect this area first before we go back the other direction there. What do we have in here? Ah, so I have to kind of convince the birds to come this way. We have the boathouse key. Yellow flowers, goldfinch. Just like bees, birds can pollinate flowers, but did you know that birds have a preference to pollinate flowers of certain colors? The above chart shows which color of flowers attract which birds to your garden. Okay. So that must mean that we're looking for a specific type of bird to roost here. So we'll just have to find out which ones those are by looking at the birds that are around. Okay. So we'll have to keep an eye out for him, as that will tell us exactly which color we need for the shrub. Very nice, very tranquil pond. I like it. I like it a lot. That must be the boathouse over there. What do we got here? My dearest cousin, while I hold the deep's fascination for the pursuit of knowledge and science, I must admit the subject of spiritualism is not one that particularly captivates me. Therefore, I must return this book to you. However, appreciate your efforts in sharing your interest with me. With affection, Arabelle. The Will of the Wisp. The Will of the Wisp is an eerie apparition that has long been the subject of both fear and fascination. It makes an appearance to the lost travelers in dark, isolated places and beckons them to follow them with its beguiling, blinking lights. Many a wanderer has followed the wisp's alluring light across marshes into caves, never to be seen again. Take heed, those who venture into dark places resist the temptation of the will-o-wisp streaming radiance. Turn back before it's too late. It's solid advice. Don't follow will-o-wisps, like, ever. Don't go off the beaten path. Unfinished painting. Art lover. Inspect Arabelle's paintings. And here we have the boathouse. Okay. The boathouse is massive. Okay. Duck. Quack, 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 quack. Inspect all of the ducks. I did. I did very much inspect all of the ducks. Open. Oh, okay. Okay. So, we know where that is. Nothing there. Into the... Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff on that table. How weeds spread. Weeds can take over an area quite rapidly. Some weeds have adapted in order to spread their seeds as far away as possible. The plant itself does not have much control over this, but trusts nature to lend a helping hand. Wood avens and goosegrass have seeds with hooks designed to attach to the fur of passing animals. They are carried and dropped several miles away. Dandelions have seeds which attract feathery pot with an attached feathery puff that allows them to simply be carried by the wind to far-off locations. And other plants, such as lords and ladies, wrap their seeds into an attractive berry which birds consume and then later deposit as waste a great distance away. A final, more mysterious example is the seed of the ocelot. It is known to be picked up by critters who then take it back to their nest. As soon as the animal goes to sleep, the seed sprouts and bloom. It is not quite understood how the plant is able to detect when the creature is asleep. What do we have here? Acorn, collect 3 tokens. Worm, collect 1 token. Rabbit. Rabbits live in many habitats and burrows underground. They come above to graze in the morning and evening. Hedgehogs are protected from predators by their coats of needles. They live in burrows, both field and natural habitat and woodland habitats. Gray squirrel. The North American gray squirrel is larger than the red with small ears. It forages food but can also digest some seeds straight away. Red squirrels live in the nest high up in the trees. They sometimes forage food back in the nest to keep it for later. Moles live underground. They have poor vision. They find food mates using their sense of smell and touch. Wood mice are very small and live in the woodlands, but also many other habitats, including fields, parks, meadows, and whatnot. Ocelot seed. Collect 0 tokens. Field card. Grass meadow card. Pinecone wood card. And that's it for that. Okay. Foraging critters game setup. Shuffle the food cards and place the stack face down in the center of the game board. Place the food tokens around the food cards on the board. Place the animals on the start tile. Players choose their animal by rolling the dice. The highest roller choose first. Take turn rolling the dice and move your animal along the woodland path. The highest roller goes first. If you land on a food tile, pick up a food card. If your animal matches the card, you can collect the tokens specified on the food card. If you land on a gray squirrel tile, it steals all of your food tokens. They must return it to the board. The player who has the most food tokens in their nest at the end of the game is the winner. Woodland cards, rabbit, moose, red squirrel. Field cards, red squirrel. Animal cards, hedgehog, mold, meadow cards, rabbit, wood, mouse, mole. William Foley, education and school material supplies, classroom desk, classroom notebooks, chalkboard, ink, writing materials, display case, t-shirts. Dear Lady Ellermill, thank you for your order. As discussed, as we will write again in the coming months to inform you of the delivery date for these school supplies. All the best, W. Foley. Moldered silicone record. Echoes all over the world. And then we got the oscillate key. Okay, that's enough of that actually. Animal husbandry and rehabilitation. Animal heartbeats given in BPMs. Pig, chicken, red squirrel, awake, asleep, 120. Okay. So, for the oscillate, we know that it needs the animal heartbeat, the board game rules, weeds and seeds, and the playing cards. Cool. So, question being, BPM, so they're on the top of these things here. Which one is 120? BPM 120. Okay, so let's go make the oscillate one for right now. Plant the oscillate, water it. We'll come over here. And plant it there. Nice. The The ocelot seed is picked up by small animals such as the red squirrel, who then store it inside their nest. Once the animal falls asleep, the ocelot depends on the heartbeat vibrations to break open and bloom. Nice. Well, glad we were able to get that one done. Here's a pathway back up to somewhere over the rainbow. Shortcut back over towards the beginning area of the formal garden. Cool. Now, so what we know so far. I am missing one piece of clue. Now, where that piece could be, I have no idea. Okay, so let's put in what we already know. So the Springdale shrub, the hydrangea, the pot catalog, pigment, birdseed, poster, and no, not plant chemicals. Greeting card? Yes. Okay. So now we can do this one. Now here's going to be the tricky part. I'm going to need to do something. Bioluminescence, plant calls, notes on the telegraph, military codes, Morse code, and the news articles. So then I was missing one clue for nothing. Okay. So let's go ahead and make the Fool's Emerald. And we will need to figure out where to actually put this one. I think it should actually go over here. And then we'll put the Morse code on that side there. We watered it, right? Yes. So let's figure out so that's the bird we need. Did I miss anything while I was over here? Wood ash, seaweed, manure, guano. Okay, so maybe that's not the correct place to put this. I need to figure out two main things. I need to take the color of the flower into consideration. There's gotta be some place I can actually, like, put the freaking Morse code thing, right? We'll take a look at that whenever we get back over there. So let's double back to bird chart. That's the word I was looking for, the bird chart. and figure out. Okay, we'll figure it out. Our bird is that one up there, the robin, and it likes the orange color. Or is it the warbler? It might be the warbler. Okay, so if it's the warbler, it's yellow. If it's the robin, it is orange. Okay. What we have here is the... I honestly can't tell. I'll be completely honest with you. Avian stuff is not my forte. Gray, white, and orange with a black beak. Gray, white, and orange with a black beak. So it is in fact the robin. Okay, so orange. I was right the first time. I should stop second guessing myself. Okay, so we need an orange pH balance. Okay. I assume that's actually red. So 2 to 14, or 12 to 14. The only one that matches that is sandstone and seaweed. Okay. So, sandstone and seaweed. Granite, sandstone. Okay. Bring this over here. And now we need seaweed, which will make that red. We shall bring this all the way down yonder. Pick up the other bird cage on our way, or the bird feeder on our way back, and start to move this robin to the correct location. Gonna take a little bit of patience to get this done, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we'll place you there. He loved that. Move you over to this side. Okay. And there it is. Beautiful. And there is the spring dance shrub. Perfect. The spring dance shrub contains Anathenacus, causing it to change color depending on the pH level of its environment. Robins love red flowers and will be attracted to the red variant of the shrub. Nice. Alright, which leaves our last little bioluminescent plant. And we'll have to figure out where this bad boy actually goes. So let us take it over to the boathouse, and we will figure it out from there. Hopefully it goes by the boathouse, because if not, that would be embarrassing. Can I just like set it over here and just be okay? No, you're really gonna need a specific place to put you. Okay. I actually don't know where to put this. Let's see. Because it said it liked dark places and things like that. I just don't know where that said dark place would be. It feels like it's something that goes right here. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm missing a little something something. Will it let me put the plant on here? Does not appear to want me to do that. So there must be something I am missing here. Let's see. Let's double check everything again. The only place I haven't really checked is down this area one last time. Because there's gotta be some place that I'm missing, right? So there's gotta be something over here. And I just did not look close enough to find it. So, not the gate. There's that here. Oh. Oh. The watering handle. That's what it is. This is what I was missing. Oh, okay. I unlocked the achievement Frogger. Okay. Well, that's certainly something. Guess I'm not surprised anymore about this game. Let us walk in here with the plant. There's that. There it is. So there's another something that's over here. So we have the note. My sweet Hazel, you keep me well, gone broke. Oh, this is what we were missing. Or I wouldn't be letting him loose with the mower. He said he ran over some hard object down in the long grass near the pond. That's what it was. That was the hint that got me to... Okay. See, I thought I looked at... it doesn't matter. It's solved now, so let's go take the shorter route to the boathouse. Come back with the... Morse code machine, telegraph machine, whatever it is. There's no way these lily pads are strong enough for her to walk over here. I don't care who you are. And there it is. The Fool's Emerald. The Fool's Emerald is a vine that contains luciferin, which allows it to create light. They grow in caves where they use the light to communicate with each other, very much like Morse code. Completed all of the plants in the herbarium. And now we can go along our merry way back to the gatehouse. Now, what have you guys got for me? Botany Manor, a gay by Balloon Studios. One year later. Oh, okay. Green School of Botany. Lady Arabelle Green and the Women's Education Union on the occasion of her opening at the Green School of Botany. Herbarium. There it is, her very own book. School bell. Teacher's apple. Forgotten Flora Lesson 1, Air Purifying Plants. Lady Arabelle Green, Eliza, Jessica, Catherine, Ada, Mary, and Thomasina. My dear Flora, I'm terribly sorry your herbarium didn't get picked up for publishing, though I am most excited about your new plans to turn Botany Manor into a botanical academy. I look forward to visiting the school and meeting the talented students you've taken under your wing. Let's hope they carry out our fight. Lots of love, Elizabeth. P.S. Arabelle, I hope you don't mind me still calling you by your childhood pet name. The end. Reached the end of the game. And that's it. That's the game. Let me check something real quick while we have the time. I want to check the achievements on it. 29 out of 36. So I only missed 7 achievements. So I missed a few things here and there. I don't know if you heard me, but I only missed like 7 achievements looking at it. One of those was a diamond achievement. I don't necessarily know what that one was. It might have been like all the letters or something like that. Because I looked thoroughly throughout, so I really don't know what exactly I was looking for. I picked up most of the objects, looked at most of the stuff. So yeah, not really sure, but that would be it for the end of Botany Manor. Fairly short game. The The puzzles were all really kind of interesting, very challenging. Not very challenging, but they did take a little bit of work. Uh, so that was kind of neat. That was a fun little experience. I don't mind that whatsoever. Um, if you're watching this and you didn't follow the spoiler warnings on both of these at the beginning of the videos, I still think it's well worth to go ahead and go back and play. You're probably not going to remember everything from this video anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. You know, just go and experience it and play it. It is way better if you experience it without any kind of knowledge going into it, in my personal opinion. But these types of games generally are. Puzzle, mystery games, stuff like that are always better with the least amount of information as possible. So that's really cool, really dandy stuff. That's just my personal opinion. That it's cool and dandy at the same time. But yeah, that is it for this very short Ren's play, because I really don't want to like call it a Ren's play. It's just, hey, I decided I wanted to finish this game because it was so short, and I did finish it because it was so short. So there is that. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this type of content, make sure to go over to youtube.com/rensworld, where we have all the other Game Pass and review. We have field inspection and bottom line up front for those. And then we also have all the other cool Rens plays that are up there. So you should go check those out as well. That's super neato and cool. This game's been awesome. If you want to see what we're up to currently, you can always check us out over at the live stream. That is twitch.tv/RenoxRage. You can see what I'm currently obsessed with, what I'm playing right now, and what's going to be coming to the YouTube channel in the future. So if you're seeing this on the video, that spelling's going to be on the right side of your screen. For those of you who are in the chat already, well, hey, congratulations, you're already here. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. But that is going to do it for me on this episode of Ren Finishes Playing Botany Manor. Basically a field inspection plus, we'll call it field inspection plus some. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Kind of just reiterate the stuff that I said last time. Game is fairly solid. Mechanics are pretty challenging. You just check it out. Check it out. It's good. It's good. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ren, and we will catch you on the next one. Laters!